Alright, this is part two of quarterly theory. This might be the last part. I don't know if this video does good. I may make another one. In the last video, I explained about what quarterly theory is and how it works and how you can use it to top and bottom tick, basically. In this video, I'm gonna show you guys how to identify the cycles and when the cycles usually play out. So, how do I say this? Every cycle consists always consists of wait, what the fuck? Always consists of 4 quarters, obviously. And these cycles can be the monthly cycle, the daily, the weekly first, weekly cycle, and the daily cycle. And some more advanced shit is the 90-minute cycles. But I don't know if I'm gonna cover that in this video. Okay, first of all, the monthly cycle. This is obviously gonna be Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. So usually Q1 would be the week 1, Q2 is week 2, week 3, week 4. Okay, this is the monthly cycle. Let me just write it up. It's monthly cycle. Fuck. Okay. Next will be the hold up. What the fuck am I doing? The weekly cycle. Oh, this video is taking so fucking long because I gotta draw all this shit again. Fuck. Okay. So Q1 would be Monday. Q2 would be Tuesday. Q3 would be Wednesday. Q4 would be Thursday. Now, I don't usually include Fridays, but it kind of depends. Can start from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, I'm gonna just start on my days with the explanation first. I'm gonna get into more explanations later. And the daily cycle. This is like the most. This is probably the one that I use the most. Which is Asia, London, New York Open, PM sesh, or afternoon, pretty much. All right, so there we have it. These are 3 of the cycles that I use mostly. The 90-minute cycle I don't really use much, but it's pretty much adding up onto the daily cycle. Like, here, let me just give you an example. Asia, there's a 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. cycle, and 7:30 to 9 p.m., 9 p.m. to 10:30 p.m., and 10:30 to 12 a.m. Okay, that's pretty much like that's pretty much all it is. Each 90 minutes of each session has 90-minute cycles. Okay, now that we got that over with, how you can use each of these cycles to find crazy levels. So pretty much, let's say right here, let's move right here real quick. Um, Where is that shit? Should make these thicker, bro. Fuck. Give me a sec. Might just make it black actually. Okay. So Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. I'll talk about the monthly cycle first. And usually how I use a monthly cycle, but I rarely really use it, but usually I use it, but not like I'm not really too focused on that. It's just like an extra added confluence, if you would say. So monthly cycle, let's start here. Fucking hell, bro. Monthly cycle. What I would use this for is for sure bias. First of all, each quarter, like it would give me a bias for the week, bias for the day, bias for the month, basically. And I would usually avoid trading days that doesn't align with this. But like I said again, I'm not really that focused on the monthly bias. I'm more focused on the weekly cycle for the weekly bias. So yeah, that's pretty much how I would use the monthly cycle. And pretty much you can use this too to top and bottom take like higher time frames like the 1 hour, 30 minute, 4 hour, whatever. Okay, weekly cycle. Usually on the weekly cycle, it's biased for the week pretty much. You can um you can align it with PXL PXH, which is like for the week for the weekly time frame it's previous week high, previous week low. I don't know if you guys know that, but I'm assuming you guys do. So basically, let's say previous week high got taken, and then opening into the week, we consolidate on Monday, right? Solid on Monday. Keep in mind, previous week high got taken, right? So and it closed above, so we're expecting bullishness. And let's say we on Tuesday we manipulate lower. Like let's say we tap into like a weekly order block, fair value gap, whatever. So we have that. We have this accumulation manipulation. So that means we're in a AMDX profile. So what do we expect after Q2 and what do we expect for Wednesday? Distribution upwards, taking out these highs, and that's pretty much how you would frame a trade on Wednesdays. And that's why usually Wednesdays and Thursdays are my most optimum times to trade because Mondays don't usually give you much information on the week, and usually Tuesdays follow up Mondays too. So that's why I usually like to trade on Wednesdays and Thursdays mostly. So Q3 Wednesday we're expecting distribution higher, taking out these highs. Now once we taken out those highs, uh remember we still have like previous week's highs, let's say up here, that we are looking to target. So you can say Q4 would be a continuation instead of a reversal up to taking those highs right here. Can be something like that, pretty much. So this gives you pretty much a bias for the whole fucking week. Let's say Monday accumulates. You've identified you're in an AMDX cycle, right? So accumulate, manipulate. Monday's bias. Yeah, that's why I usually avoid trading Mondays pretty much. But I don't know. Maybe if you get lucky, you can get an XAMD, which Monday would usually rally higher or lower, which gives you good trades. But usually, no news Mondays usually give accumulations. Okay, in this case, it's an AMDX. Monday accumulates. You want to avoid days where you're like trading accumulation. Tuesdays you want to expect manipulation either higher or lower. In this case, we manipulate lower, but Uh, let's say this could even happen. Manipulation taking out previous week highs, and then Q3 we distribute lower, and then Q4 we reverse, which is the X right there. Let me just give another color. So these are the two scenarios that could have happened. But let's say let's focus on this one first. So Monday accumulation, you want to avoid these. Tuesdays, you want to expect manipulation. So either you want to trade higher or lower, and usually bias for Tuesdays are 50-50 because can either go both ways, you know. And then on Wednesdays, you want to if the manipulation went lower, you want to expect distributions to go higher and taking these accumulation highs. So Wednesdays, you want to be looking for longs up until here. And then once we've taken that, you can either go TP on that or you can target these previous week's highs. And let's say Thursday, opening into Thursday, you have not taken previous week highs. You wanna look to long previous week what the fuck am I saying? You wanna look to long Thursdays until previous week highs get taken up. Now, the other scenario is like this: the white line. Accumulate Mondays, avoid that. Manipulation higher, taking out previous week's highs on Tuesdays. So Q3 on Wednesdays, you want to expect to go lower and take out these accumulation lows. So once we've done that, let's say there's like a PD array down here, like a weekly or a what the fuck, like a weekly. Bro, what the hell is this? Oh yeah, fuck, forgot about that. Like a weekly or a daily even fair value gap, order block, whatever, any PD array you can find. Let's say we manipulate. No, I mean let's say we distribute until we went in there. So and let's say we respect it. You want to look, you want to expect X to be a reversal off of the distribution leg. So Thursdays, you want to look for longs pretty much up until maybe like some internal range liquidity here. So that's how you can use a weekly cycle. So pretty much, let me just write this down. In every single cycle, there will always be a market profile of either AMDX or XAMD. I just want to screenshot this or whatever. I don't care. I want to keep that in mind. Every cycle, there will always be a market profile of either AMDX or XAMD. And that's my next point here. Daily cycles. So you want to expect Q1 Asia, Q2 London, Q3 New York Open, Q4 PM session or afternoon session. And like I said, in every cycle, there will always be a market profile of either AMDX or XAMD. Q1. You can stack the share, bro. You can use the daily cycle and the weekly cycle together. Hold up. Let me just make this. I think it's too big. Yep, like this. Perfect. Okay. Okay, like this. Let's say for this scenario, you have a XAMD, right? Mondays. Let's say you have an XAMD. Coming into the day, Asia. Uh, During Asia, you can have a AMDX, let's say. Wait, let me just mark this out real quick so you guys understand. So Q1, Q3, Q4, and then Asia, London, New York. Oh wait, what the fuck am I doing? Asia, London, New York, PM. For the week we have a XAMD profile, let's say, and let's say on Q1 we have an AMDX cycle. Asia accumulates, London manipulates. So New York, you want to be expecting bullishness up until those accumulation highs. Boom, like this. And then PM session, I usually wouldn't trade PM session because I don't. You can trade PM session, just it's just for me PM session is literally in the morning, bro. Like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. So I don't usually trade that. But let's say since it's an XAMD, you want to expect like the displacement higher there. So we have a cycle in the first quarter. You see this? What that would look like on the fuck, what am I saying? On the daily time frame is candle open here, open, low, high. I say we close like down here. That's what this candle would look like, right? Like this. I'm gonna put it down here. That's what that candle would look like. And Q2 accumulate. These are the days I don't usually want to trade. So I usually just see what Monday gives me. If it gives me accumulation, then I would maybe trade the next day. But if Monday displaces a lot, then maybe the next day I'm not trading because it will usually result in accumulations. Okay, so Q2. Let's say we have an XAMD in Q2. So displacements during Asia, London accumulation, New York distribution. Let's say it's a weak ass distribution, right? And then PM session, we just go all the way back down. So this is what it looks like. How the what do you call it? The candle open, low. Let's say we close up here like that. Pretty much. I'm not gonna draw the candles. Too much fucking work. But you guys get it. You guys see how like only during Asia we displace, and then throughout the fucking three sessions, the 3 quarters, we just accumulated like this. These are the days I avoid trading. Okay, going into Q3 Wednesday. These are the days I like to trade because with the first 2 quarters we have identified our market profile and what the next cycle would be. And in this case, we displaced in Q1, accumulated in Q2. So I would expect Q3 to manipulate. So let's say we have like a weekly fair value gap down here or a daily fair value gap, and we have a AMDX cycle for Q3. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Okay, we accumulated. We manipulate lower into that into that weekly fair value gap or PDRA in general. And then for Q3 New York Open, we want to aim for longs up until there. And let's say Q3 we have not taken these highs, which is usually the case most of the time. So Q4 you want to still look for longs up until those highs get taken. Just like that, boom. Now these are the days which are really clean, especially if you pair it with standard deviations like that. Usually you would catch crazy ass trades on Wednesdays since you have enough bias. Because on Wednesdays it's the clearest days of like the week, the clearest day usually of the week. Because Q1 I mean X A, so Wednesday is gonna manipulate. There's gonna be displacement, and then on during Wednesday you have a market profile too. Accumulate, manipulate, and coming into New York, what do you expect? Longs. So that's pretty much how you can align time with price. And then distribution. Wait, I kind of made this kind of ass, but not really. These are the accumulation highs on Q2 right here. Some people would say these are the highs, but I would say both of them are. So since we have not taken out